Hello and welcome to the next game update for Nebulous Fleet Command. This update largely focuses on balancing the use of missiles in game and minor improvements. Just a quick note, we are within 2 weeks of the game releasing into early access, so use the link in the description below to wishlist the game in Steam. So let's jump in and look at the updates. Under the resources tab on the right hand side, units of measure have now been added to the power, corresponding with all the components listed within the game. Antennas have now received their icons and had their model textures updated. The movement function drive course now uses the Sphere Widget. When drive course is set, the ship will continue to move in that direction until told otherwise, or coming into contact with something that makes it stop. The nice blue colour of the sphere will make it easier to identify and distinguish between heading, which is yellow, and weapons, which is red. The projection circles that appear on the Sphere Widget from our point of interest will now have their colour muted when the track is within inside the radius of the sphere. We can see this demonstrated here with a TRP and with a ship. As the Sphere Widget is increased, note the projection circle on the TRP change from a white colour to grey, and this is the muted colour. This great visual indicator will make it easier to ensure that you don't overshoot your point of interest, particularly when firing missiles. The tutorial has now been updated with a new narrator logo as well as voice.
You want to take the reins and practice, or would you like me to guide you through it? I've got plenty of time.
New UI improvements that you've been seeing are now implemented within the tutorial as well. A note here is that life pods won't eject from dummy ships within the tutorial to keep your map clean whilst you're learning the game. We now have weapons control help text added. Mousing over weapons control on the UI will display this. And we have the same for the electronic support modules, which currently at this point in time is for the Pinard only. A change to how ships take damage. Turreted weapons will no longer fire only along the center of the hull, leaving the top parts of the bridge unaffected. The beams will now spread out and attack different areas of the ship. And this can be seen in the picture in front, where we can see various beams from one fleet engaging this battleship, and with damage all over up into including the bridge. This should prevent ships from continually being able to receive copious amounts of incoming fire, but not actually dying to anything. The MLS-2 or the roll-off launcher has now increased from 15 points to 20, bringing us to the biggest part of this game update. The VLS-16 missile launcher now has a compounding cost, like the CIC's berthing and ammunition components. This was previously a flat 10 points per launcher. The compounding points costs are now on screen. To put this into a relatable comparison, a frigate with 4 VLS-16s fully loaded with Thunderhead missiles at 6 points a missile used to cost 589 points. It now costs 739, an increase of 150 points overall, which is the cost of a frigate hull by itself. So will this stop you taking missiles? No, not at all. However, dedicated larger missile ships may be harder to take. However, it's up to you to decide what is important and how you play your fleet. Alright, well that's it for this update. Use the Discord link in the description below to watch the Community Night game streams and see how this patch changes the player's styles.